Hello, this is Chaff Commander Coffee back with another episode of Dominions4 Thrones of Ascension. It is early winter in the 7th year of the Ascension Wars, and we come ever closer to one step on our path for victory. Right, let's see. More of the standard things we've been doing over the past few turns. Site searching and summoning more creatures into our service. Let's see if we found anything. No new magic sites in Northangs. None in Valadon. None in the Mines of Fortune. And none in the Forest of Gila. So a bit unfortunate on the site searching again, but no issues. And we didn't find any in the Ferren Mountains. Which is, again, unfortunate, but no real issue. Captured some blood slaves in Brightgate, and we can continue to blood hunt there. We're going to resume blood hunting in Mexico. Just set that up. In Syria, no unrest, so we'll carry on blood hunting there. Duvan, it's gone down, so we'll blood hunt there as well. And in Saltnoham, it's still quite high, so we'll hold off from doing it there. We have some various different battles, some interesting ones as well. We'll come back to them. We killed a bunch of brigands. The entrance to Emilzar has been breached, so we can expect them to assault and capture Emilzar next turn. But that's not of particular interest to us. A deadly disease from Mabakil is being spread in Menace, but we're going to move him down into Umbor, so we're not too worried about that either. We have a worldwide event. A great storm has blown for many days across the world. Some say that an angel of mercy rode across the clouds and blew away all evil from the land. Worldwide, units have been healed. I mean, that offsets the fact that Mabakil caused a bunch of disease, so I'll take that. Valgard has been conquered, which is concerning since Valgard is actually on the on land. We'll come back to that though. Right. Yeah, we will come back to that. An unexpected event has occurred in Lilithor. Disease is spreading, probably from Mabakil. Got some more water gems in Epernia, and in the Underdark, the ruins of Broken Tower, a wealth of magic gems were found. So we've got some more magic gems there. All good stuff. Well, mostly good stuff. Right. On to the battles. Jojo, the inferior son Pontifex, was attacked by 3 horrors. And he is almost definitely dead. Yeah, Horror Mantis versus our inferior son Pontifex. He's dead. No real surprise there, but that is the price you pay for dabbling in the forbidden arcane arts. But hey ho, what can you do? There was a battle in the Old Flood. So Perseus here led his force of cavalry to fight the Medians, and it seems as if they brought in more units. So we'll see how that goes. So the first charge goes quite well. The initial charge of cavalry always being quite strong. They might have difficulty breaking their ranks now. Line formation might not have been the best thing for them, but we'll see. I'll just speed this up a little bit. And the Medians are fighting to the very last Foulspawn. Oh wow! So the Medians routed, and so did our men. But Perseus, a heroic man, rode forward and won the day for us. So we managed to conquer Old Flood by Perseus's might alone. Good job, Perseus. I mean, he is an ancient Greek hero. We shouldn't downplay the valor of Perseus. There was a battle in Northangs. So Modi has begun to move towards golem range, and this is quite a sizable force. We only have Horse Tribe protecting the province, so they won't win by any stretch of the imagination, but they might be able to kill off enough of the Medians that we have less to worry about. Oh. Hero Goblin, Heelprek, just slew a griffin with his spear. Well done, Heelprek. At least I think it was him that did that. It looked like it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's enough. I think the Medians are going to capture the province regardless. But we can cause a few more casualties before our inevitable defeat. There we go. Unfortunately, we did lose, and mighty Heelprek was slain. So we lost Norfangs, but we managed to kill, only 14 of them, although most of them were griffins and other such things. So not bad. But Norfangs, as you can see, is here. So they are now on the borders of golem range, so we're going to have to be very wary of that. Any of our commanders who are currently patrolling, I'm going to set them to wait, because I would rather defend the walls than fight them on the field. We have the defensive advantage, after all, and golem range is ready for quite a long siege, so I wouldn't worry too much about that either. Moving on, there was a battle in Whitewater as we continue to advance up the coast and push the Medians out. They do have a bit more of a force here, which they're casting Flame Ward on. However, Flame Ward is not going to help you when you're underwater, because we won't be using any fire spells. They mostly have Merrows, which I believe are the province defense. So I'll quickly speed this up because I have absolute confidence that we'll be able to defeat these small numbers of Medians. And here's our Demon Knights crushing into their flanks. We should be able to kill their commanders quite swiftly. Unless they decide to attack the Merrows. But their army is already routing, so hopefully we can pick up some kills here. Although most of them are province defense by the look of it, so that's rather irritating. But the poison gas on the Children of Tiamat is mostly around... Oh no, it has started to affect our army. Hopefully it doesn't kill too many of our own men. Well, it... Oh dear. Okay, we did seem to lose quite a lot of units to our own poison there. 77. Yeah, that was not particularly necessary, but never mind. Right. Well, there's little else for it. I suppose what we can do. No, I think I will leave them there because they are right at the front, and I think the Children of Tiamat will start to die off as we progress further. So we'll move the army onward. There's no time to think about minor casualties, not now. And we will just boost up the province defense here just to deter the Medians, or if they do attack, at least get some kills on them. Hark here is building up the fort. Yes, build some towers, that's a good idea. Swago, you can wait, and wait. We have no laboratory here to summon units, so we won't worry about that too much. We summoned our next Heliophar guy. We summoned Gorillan. Gorillan is also a master of dark magic and can summon bone devils. He gets a 50 reanimator. He has a 50% chance to raise those he has killed as soulless beings, which is quite useful. He has dark power as well. I think all the Heliophar guy have dark power. He's not quite as stealthy as Mabakiel, but he does get slightly more fear because his death magic is higher. What we're going to do with Gorillan, I think, is he is going to use our death gems we have to summon some more powerful death creatures. For example, the Bane Lord. Now, Bane Lords are pretty tough overall. So we're going to have him revive Bane Lords. We may be able to just equip them with whatever gear we have available. Ridwani is going to bind another Heliophagai, and we've ran out of blood slaves. Bet you never thought that would happen. But it does happen once you start casting the more powerful spells. Let's just go through our commanders. Most of them will be set to research. This army is now ready to attack Lake Fortune. I will need to quickly just script Lift Razors units, because let's just do that quickly, because they weren't in the same force. So we've got cavalry on the flanks here, that's fine. Anfar's demons are on this flank. I think I'm going to have them just at the back here, in fact, and I'm going to have them on guard. I'm going to put these devils, which have heat auras, I'm going to put them with the front line. We'll just have some demon knights. We have 20 demon knights just protecting our commanders, making sure no harm comes to them. And Lift Razor's force of, well, goblins and such. We're going to have them at the back, and just they can advance at their own pace. But we should have absolutely no problems capturing Lake Fortune and adding another throne to our count. Now, Perseus's army did retreat, so he doesn't actually have any men, which is a bit problematic. We're going to boost up the old flood again to about 20, and we'll move him back to Green Waters. I think his men, yeah, pretty much all his men died because because he's leading units that aren't naturally water breathing. When they routed, if they chose to route into Green Waters, they would have just died. So, yeah. But not a problem. What we will do is we'll grab this force here of 93 men. We're going to give them to Asker Lapbos, give him a demon whip, give him some... Oh, he's already got fairly good items for that. We'll give him a dragon helmet as well, why not? Haven't really got any body armor for him, so we'll not worry about that. And we'll give him these demons as well. Right, they can be set to attack the rearmost enemies. Put them on one flank. He can just stay there, they can guard the commander. The heavy cavalry can guard him. And these goblins can just be set to attack the closest enemy. Just put them in a double line right there. And he can recapture Valgard with no real issues, so we'll just go get him to do that. And when we have no real other commands, so what I'm going to do is, since the turns are going to be quite quick as we push our way to Underhome, I may be able to just finish the campaign in this episode. So let's not waste any time and see if we can do that. This may be the finale episode. We'll see. Honestly, depends what happens next turn, but I have quite high hopes. I mean, it will be sad to finish this campaign because it has been a very good campaign. But I have let it drag on for quite some time with the gap between me uploading previously. Hopefully you've all still very much enjoyed it, and if you have, well, I'll get on to that later. So it's winter. It's now winter in year 7. We'll quickly go through this. Still summoning creatures as and where possible. Cast Dark Knowledge. Didn't find any sites. No sites from Gnome Lore. No new sites there. Moknos has proclaimed Menessos, the irregular High Chieftain, as the Prophet of Ramez. Might be a bit late for that, sir. We captured over 100 slaves, I believe, in all of our provinces. You know what? I'm going to ignore the unrest because right now we need to regain our blood slave count because it's very low right now. So and we're going to continue blood hunting in Saltnoham. Oh, unrest is quite high in certain locations, but we'll not worry about that too much. Emilzar was captured. I mean, I don't think I really need to show this battle. It's, well, I mean, I'll give you a quick idea of what happened, but effectively, a large number of lizard men decided to come through the gate and kill all of the defenders. I'll just put it on speed 3 just so you can see, like, but we really didn't have anything to defend here. Yeah. I mean, we might be able to block the gate up for a short while to shoot arrows at them, but nothing particularly impressive. There's the hill giant there. Yeah, the hill giant. Hill giants, actually, pretty good units for sieges, because they're good at breaking gates down. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, there's not much else to say about that. Yeah, never mind. So we lost Emilzar, but no real problem there. We got some unexpected events. A hidden laboratory has been found and claimed in our name in the Caves of Mirror. So more hidden laboratories, good stuff, free magic items, free gems, and a prospector genius has found a small gold deposit of 400 or almost 400 gold in New Mecria. Also very good. Captured a bunch of brigands. Deadly disease is spreading because Mabakil is here. He's going to move down to Deep Gore. And we also have the Whispering Legion has left us and is seeking employment in other nations. Not a problem, not really very concerned with that. I don't think we'll need them. There was the battle in Valgard as we try to recapture our province with our small force here. I don't think the Medians really stand much of a chance, so I'll just put the speed up. As you can see, the devils fly straight into the back line and start to rip the foul spawn apart. The goblins don't even get a chance to engage in combat because the demons just mop them all up. So yeah, even a small force of demons is a force to be reckoned with. So we managed to capture the province with effectively no casualties. There was a battle in Kunal. The Medians are basically just trying to mop up through our lands and, well, try to salvage what they can from this war, but I think at the end of the day they don't really have much left in ways of trying to prevent us from capturing the final thrones. Unless they can somehow siege the fortress of Ferren down very quickly, which I don't believe they will be able to do. Not much of a concern there. There was a battle in the Divine Ocean. This is where we are on the doorstep of the throne that we need. The Medians, not much of a defense force. I don't think they were expecting a full naval invasion. Effectively, this army was all landborne a few turns ago and has now been completely converted to a seaborne army, and they just aren't prepared for it. And so we are smashing through the disorganized defenders of the Median coast as we march towards Underhome. Unfortunately, we seem to be smashing through a lot of our own men as well because of all the poison. But not to worry. I mean, this is just a few goblins at the end of the day. Now, Lake Fortune, this is an important battle, but it is just against independents, so I don't have many concerns with this. So we'll put the speed up. The barbarians just taking the initial hit, which is, of course, no problem. That's what they're there for. Although these Amber Clan are going to apparently prove quite a tough force to fight. Now, our men are not aquatic, so they are receiving a lot of penalties for fighting underwater. But I think this army is large enough to grind them down, and the elephant is engaged. So, it died very quickly, but it broke their ranks up, which gives a chance for more of our men to get in the fight. And they are really putting up quite a fight. But eventually they break due to a mix of fatigue, damage, just general losses. Probably the fear from the Demon Knights is going to contribute to that. So, we managed to push them out. We did take quite a few casualties by the look of it. Yeah, we lost 120 men. Probably because of insufficient mage support, but we don't really have any strong aquatic mages. So, but we did capture the province, which is the main thing. And I don't think Napskabos is very well suited for aquatic warfare. So we should be fine to just patrol this province, and Liftphrase can claim the Throne of Ascension. This is the Throne of Thorns, which is a level 1 throne, as far as I'm aware. Yes, the Throne of Thorns down here. So, we will be on 11 points next turn. 11 points. And the final one is in sight of our army. So let's not waste any time and move straight into Underhome and try to smash that as well. Capture that for Solve. The army in Valgard can move back to Saltnaham. Now, because I think Hark might be able to finish one more construction here, we'll get him to build a temple. It might be useful just to, in case we... our Dominion's very strong, we probably don't need a temple. Build a killing grounds, that's quite useful. Everyone else seems to be just prepared to defend. We got our next... no, we started reviving the Banes. But we did get our next Heliophagi, a Maimon. He wields a flaming whip and is partially resistant to heat and flames. Unlike the other Heliophagi, which are not actually resistant to fire. Which is a bit odd for them being demons, but I think a Maimon is probably the least useful of the Heliophagi if you've been summoning the Archdevils, because all the Archdevils have fire and blood, or most of them. Not most of them, they all have fire. Right. A Maimon gives you that sort of mix between fire and blood, but we already have plenty of that, so not a major concern of ours. We can't summon another Heliophagi, we don't have enough blood slaves, but we're right at the end of the of our conquests, so I don't think that'll be necessary. We're going to move a Maimon over to Golem range just in case he's needed, and we'll move Bane Wound over there as well, because even an unequipped Bane Lord is still pretty scary as far as combat stats go. But we'll give him a few items just to make him a bit stronger. We'll give him Black Steel Full Plate. He's undead, so he has no encumbrance, which means he can wield that with no issues. Bane Blade is a fairly good weapon, so we don't really need to give him one of the anything to boost that. We'll give him the Astral Serpent and give him an extra attack. And let's see, protection 26, give him the Barkskin Amulet, only boosts him to 27, but that is actually quite a lot. Once you hit over about 25, any point of defense you get is, or protection, is incredibly effective. So even with just these few items, he should be fairly powerful. Any other mages we have lying around, I'll just set to research. There's not a huge deal of things they need to do. Perseus can just patrol there. You can research. No more. Apparently, there's no more death sites he can search for with a. He probably could. He could search Lake Fortune, but again, we're so close to victory. I'm just going to power through, see if we can conquer that final province. You know what? I'm even going to get the scout to help out. Why not? So let's end the turn there. So in the previous few episodes I said I wasn't going to rush it. I suppose you could consider this rushing it. But when you're this close to victory with an army of this size, I don't really see much resistance against it. Unless they teleport or unless they gate a huge army on Underhome, which I highly doubt, we should be in the homeward stretch. So we have a few casts for site searching. Dark Knowledge, no, nothing found. Gnome Lore, nothing found. Revived another Bane Lord, Good stuff. We're going to keep blood hunting. Again, we just need to build up those stocks of blood slaves. Unrest is not really a concern of ours right now. A few unexpected events. Children are disappearing at night. Strange creatures skulk the wilderness. Some extra magic, but some unrest. Nothing particularly... I mean, magic is nice if you're doing research there, but... are we? No, we're not. So, nothing really to worry about there. And a handful of magic gems has been found in the prime of the season. Got some death gems. It's always nice. In deeper gore, Mabakil is killing a bunch of people with disease, which is fine. He can just start researching. Found some filthy brigands, as per usual. Troops in Underhome are starving, which is a bit of a spoiler there, but there you go. We'll view the battle. So here's our force attacking the throne of Underhome. Mostly sea trolls, a few wizards, but I can't imagine them making much of a difference. We'll put the speed up, see how it goes. So this poison cloud is now going to make a bit more of a difference against the sea trolls regeneration and the Amber Clan. As we saw with the previous throne, the Amber Clan actually are more than a match for my units. They go 2 for 1, even against my particularly strong units, simply because they are suited for aquatic warfare, and the Amber Clan are actually quite strong, whereas my units are, well, they're not. So we'll have everyone set to patrol. Solve will claim the Throne of Ascension. This is the Throne of Stability, which is level 1 throne, so it's a good job we captured them both. But that is the final throne we need. I'll just have Hark wait there. We'll have the Banelord wait there. Have these two move on into golem range. I might as well move the Banelord there just in case. We'll have Ascalapos. You can move to golem range as well. Lift Raise, you can start preaching. Not that it matters. And no more commanders need jobs. I think this might be the end. I think Solve is about to claim the last throne that he needs to ascend to Pantocrator. Let's find out. This is where all of my thrones get captured by teleporting Thunderstrike communions, and I feel bad about myself. I doubt that's going to happen though. So, Solve has claimed the Throne of Stability. Victory. Victory. You reign supreme. You are the Pantocrator. Your enemies are cast down, broken, dead, enslaved or imprisoned. You are the sole author of fate. You summon the tides, dictate the seasons, give or withhold fortune and life, light up the sun at dawn and quench its fires at dusk. All move according to your will. Endless eons pass. But then, at some unknowable time, there is a change. Something stirs in the void. You perceive something reminiscent of ancient longings and doubts you thought forgotten, perhaps suggestive of a sight unseen or a tune unheard. What is this thing, this longing, this faraway, fleeting enigma? You lift your presence from the world, ascend from the thrones, and rush into the void, racing after that receding, beckoning something. Borne on wings of absolute authority, you race further and further away, chasing that sole thing which you do not understand. Still further away, leaving the world behind you, it becomes a fleeting memory, a distant dream, a tune unheard, a sight unseen. Down on the world you left behind, old servants and enemies feel their chains loosen. Doors, thought forever shut, are slowly creeping open. Ancient things long thought dead stir. The thrones sit empty, but hungry eyes have turned their gaze upon them, sensing a new dawn. We have claimed Pantocratorship of the world of Volanus, but as with all things, once time passes, Solve will leave this world, and a new Pantocrator will be needed. Perhaps the next time I play another campaign of Dominions 4, we'll see a new Pantocrator rise. Perhaps it will be us that leads that Pantocrator to victory. Maybe not. But for now, that is the end of the campaign. So, at the end of it all, Saltnoham, the empire of Saltnoham, stretches from the seas in the east all the way to the deepest underground. We've claimed quite a large portion of Volanus, and we'll quickly go over what you can see from the rest of the nations. We have Alicia, which owns this eastern corner here. We have the Medians in the sort of central reaches of the east, sort of along this range here, also stretching into the sea. We have, this is Hebhob, which has managed to claim most of the northeast of the map, and Napskibos, which has stretched from the reaches of the north into the floating island here, all the way to the west. Lunawatia has been pushed back to but 3 provinces, their glory fading ever still. And what's this? This is Moknos. Right at the end of the game, Moknos is under siege by the Hephobans, or Hephobans. So I'm going to call it Hephob, so they'll be the Hephobans. So Moknos was close to being destroyed as well. So at the end of the game, there was only really 1, 2, 3, 4 nations aside from our own still in play from the 12 that we started with. So yeah, it was really into the late game, but we managed to secure victory. Victory for Solve. Victory for Saltnoham, the forest Vati of this small land that started here. It all started here, and has grown to a mighty empire that has claimed ownership of the entire world. It was a really fun campaign, and I've been really glad to play a full game of Dominions 4 through for the channel. As I said when I started this, Dominions 4, it really is quite a spectacular gem amidst the strategy genre. It can be a bit hard to get into, and as the game goes on, it can feel very, very clustered with a lot of things you need to remember to do, and try to utilize all of your resources as best you can. It's a bit of a dwarf fortress of the strategy games, if you would, but I really enjoy it, and I hope all of you have as well. And even though I didn't say this would end up being a sort of tutorial let's play, I guess it kind of did become that by the end of it. And I'm hoping that some of you have learned some things about Dominions 4 if you're getting into the game, or even if you're a veteran, there might be some things that I've brought up, or maybe showcased a few strategies. I mean, you could probably school me on some of the things I did wrong as well, but at the end of the day, we all had fun, so I think this was a really good campaign. And it's been really nice for me to see that I can actually, I can play against, multiple AI on a higher difficulty than what's, standard, which I haven't really tried very much beforehand. I don't think I'm really at the level to start doing impossible games, but we'll see in the future. Depending on how many of you want a Dominions 4 Let's Play again, we'll see in the future. But yeah, this is my first completed playthrough of any game on my channel, and yeah. Well, I suppose that's the end of it. Might as well save the game and quit. I'll just have that in my library, if you would. So, it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee, and the next time you see me, I will be doing a sort of a roadmap for the future. The kind of things you can expect me to be playing at the end of 2017, moving into 2018, some of the games I'm looking forward to, and general things like that. I want the channel to develop a bit more, put a lot more effort into it, and really grow the community surrounding the games that I enjoy playing. So for any of you that are watching, have watched, or will watch in the future, I hope you stick around, because there's a lot more coming, and I'll be posting a video about that in the next couple of days, possibly tomorrow, probably tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.